Okay, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in, and please do subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon for more videos. In this video, we are going to discuss the pricing strategies that are available to a business. Okay, so what I have done is I have made a chart here of the pricing strategies that are available to a marketer. Okay, this is a very important section within marketing, and there are various pricing strategies. And so what I've done is I have sort of made a chart that summarizes all the available options to a marketer. Of course, each and every one of these needs to be understood and done in detail. So I'll go here in a minute, but before that, sometimes a question comes on what are the factors that determine what kind of price will be set, the factors that determine pricing. So I have made an acronym for this, okay, for you to remember. There are basically 6 factors that a company will take into account before setting its price. Pricing is a tricky decision. You can make the best product in the world, but if it's not properly priced, you will never be able to sell it and it will not be a success. Price is a very important factor. There are 6 factors that go into the pricing decision, okay, and I've made an acronym here: CCCMEN, okay, CCC and MEN. So what are these 6 factors? Number 1, the first factor without which the pricing just does not start, and that's also the basis of our first strategy. That's the cost of production. If the cost of production is 10, the price cannot be less than 10, usually, unless of course you're following a very bizarre style of pricing. But obviously it's common sense. If I'm making this pen, if I'm making this for 10 and I'm selling it in the market, I want to recover 10 and then something above that. So first factor is cost of production. The second factor is the competitive structure of the market. What kind of market are you in? Are you in a monopolistic market? Are you a monopoly? Are you a perfectly competitive firm? What are you? So if you're a monopoly, you can price your product pretty high, and if you are not, then you will have to look for you will have to look at the competition. Now please keep one thing in mind: there's an ideal market structure which is called the perfectly competitive market. In a perfectly competitive market, every firm is a price taker. There is no price maker. So there, the competition is a very important thing. Your price will be determined by competition. You will be a price taker, because here there's another thing. The products are homogeneous. Okay, if you go to a market, let's say for tomatoes or potatoes, you're not going to say this is a better potato, so I'm charging a higher price. No, there's no such thing as a branded potato. The potatoes can be bigger, smaller, whatever, but they are potatoes and they will sell at the same rate on any day. So that is the structure of the market. It's perfectly competitive. Okay. Another thing is, okay, even if you think your potato is better, but the people in the market have perfect knowledge about the product. The women who are coming to buy the potatoes, they cannot be fooled. It's not a technical product where you can say, I'm going to charge a high price. People know the worth of the product. So in these markets, the competition has to be taken, the competitive condition has to be taken very seriously, and it has a very important bearing on what price you're going to charge. The fourth is whether your product is a brand, or do you want to convert it into a brand. So the M here stands for the marketing plan, the marketing objective. What's the marketing objective that you have in mind? Your product can be very ordinary, but your objective is to convert it into a brand. So that will have an impact on you cannot have a rock bottom price for a branded product, or even a product that you want to convert into a brand. Okay, like I have been in the teaching field for some time, and there was a teacher I hired once, and I offered him a rate. Of course, that was not for me. I was working for another organization, so I offered him their rate, and he said, I'm not going to accept it because it's me. Okay, so even though he was not he did not hold a doctorate, or he was not a world-known teacher, but he himself had the objective that he would offer his service at a high rate. Then there is elasticity. Okay, if the product is price inelastic, you can charge a higher price. No problem at all. And N stands for whether it's a new product or old product. So if it's a new product, sometimes the strategy is to charge a high price, sometimes the strategy is to charge a low price. So please keep these factors in mind. They always go into all these strategies that you have. Now let's come to the pricing strategies themselves. There are four broad categories of strategies. You can either have a cost-based strategy, or a competition-based strategy, or a new product strategy, or a psychological based strategy, if you want to call that. Okay, let me just quickly look at these four cost-based strategies. Okay, the first cost-based strategy is the simplest, the most straightforward. It's called the markup strategy. What do you mean by markup? I make a product. Okay, example of this pen. I make this product for $10. Okay, the material that goes into this, the labor that goes into this, $10. And I say, on this, I want a profit of 50%. The 50% of this is $5. That's my profit. So what is the price going to be? The cost plus the profit. I'm going to offer it in the market for $15. What have I done? I've taken the cost, which is 10, and I've marked it up by a certain percentage. That's the markup price. Okay? Contribution. This is where the price is set on the basis of the contribution margin. That we have already done in another video. You can watch that. Full cost pricing. Let's come to total cost pricing or full cost pricing. What is total cost? Total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. So the name says it all. When we price the product, we are going to take into account fixed cost and total cost. What is fixed cost? Fixed cost is that cost which does not change with the level of output. I am producing 100 units and the rent is 10,000. I am producing 0 units, I will still pay 10,000. The rent will not change just because my units have fallen. And I produce 100,000. Again, the rent will remain 10,000. This rent will change after 1 year, 2 years, with inflation, with time. But it is not going to change with the level of output. Please keep that in mind. Fixed cost is not unchanging cost. It does change. It just does not change with the level of output. Come again. I'll say it with me again. Fixed cost is that cost which does not change with the level of output. Variable cost is that cost which changes with the level of output. I make one chair. Let's take the example of the chair. I'm making a chair for $10. I make one chair, I pay $10. That's the total variable cost. I make 2 chairs, $20. 3 chairs, $30. It's changing with every level of output. Okay? So, let's take this example. The fixed cost will always be reported as a lump sum because it's rent. It's not by the level of output. So 10,000 is the rent. I make 5,000 units of a product. I make 5,000 chairs, let's say, in that place where I'm paying the rent. Okay? And for each chair, I pay $5. So what is the total variable cost? The total variable cost is 5 multiplied by 5,000, which is 25,000. 25,000 plus 10,000, 35,000, that's my total cost. The total cost is 35,000. So what is the cost of making one chair? Fixed cost plus variable cost. What's the cost of making one chair? The cost of making one chair is 35,000 divided by 5,000, which is $7. One chair costs me $7. Now, what do I say? I say, okay, the cost of one chair is $7. I will add a profit of 300%. 300% means simply multiply 7 by 3. You get 21. Okay? You get 21. 21 is your profit. Add the profit back to cost. Don't forget to do that. This is 21 is the profit. It's not the price at which you will sell. So once you add this, cost plus profit equals to the market price, which is $28. So now this product will sell in the market for $28. Okay, that's full cost. Now come to target pricing. What happens in target pricing? In target pricing, you target a certain rate of profit. You target a certain rate of return. Let's say you have targeted a certain rate of return. You say whatever my output is, whatever my cost is, I am going to make a profit of 20%. That's my target rate of return. Return in business means profit. Please do keep that in mind. So my rate of return is 20%. Now, take any example. I've taken this example here. I make 10,000 units. My target return is 20%. I make 10,000 units. My cost of making 10,000 units is $400,000. And on this, I want a return of 20%. So how much return do I want? 10% of 400,000 will be 40, 20 will be double of that, so 80,000. So 80,000 is the profit I want. Add the profit back in the cost, you will get your total revenue. This is the total revenue. The total sales revenue. Now how many goods did I make? 10,000. Divided by 10,000, your price per one unit is going to be $48. Straight away. Simple calculation. Okay, so this is target pricing, full costing. Now let's come to competition-based pricing. Competition-based pricing again is divided into four: price leader, destroyer, price war, and market pricing. So what is a price leader? We know what a price leader is. Price leader is a person who is a leader in the market and everyone looks at him, and this happens particularly in a market where which is not perfectly competitive. This will not be a perfectly competitive market. Here people are going to look at one market leader. There will be one big firm and the other firms are going to follow that firm. Okay, he has set a price of $100. I will set it slightly less than that, or slightly more than that, or equal to that. Whatever price I set, the benchmark will be the market leader. So the price leader will be the person. First, let's do price war. What is a price war? Price war happens when there are two equally powerful firms. Let's say Coca-Cola and Pepsi. And it has actually happened in our country. Okay. When I was in university a long time back, this is what happened. The Coca-Cola and Pepsi, they started reducing their prices. Now they were both equally powerful firms. They were both equally powerful firms, and they were not able to take advantage of the other. The idea was to take advantage of the other, but no. When Coke reduced the price, Pepsi reduced the price. When Pepsi reduced the price, Coke reduced it again. In the end, the products were selling dirt cheap, and who was benefiting? Only the consumer. So price war is a situation that happens when two firms are of equal strength and they can fight on the basis of price. Therefore, it's not a very good idea for two strong firms to get involved in a price war. Such firms that are strong will normally compete outside the pricing mechanism. They will do non-price competition. Destroyer is just like price war, but in destroyer, one firm is big, the other is small. So if a small firm is coming into the market, the bigger firm is going to reduce its prices very fast. The small firm will not be able to take advantage or compete, and it is going to get out of the market and it's going to be destroyed very soon. Okay, that's why it's called destroyer price. Alright, so for this video I'm going to stop here, and we are not finished yet. We still have 3 other areas to cover, and in the next video then I will start from market pricing and we will go on to new product and psychological. Okay, thank you very much indeed.